What is up, my fellow real estate agents and real estate brokers? My name is Steve. I've been a licensed real estate broker here in the state of Florida since 2006. Experienced the last crash and burn, and right now came across a Redfin article talking about $2.3 trillion worth of home equity in the United States gone just like that. So where does that put you guys? I know a lot of you guys that are watching right now, it's February 27, 2023, probably have felt some sort of dip in the market, some sort of slowdown in your own business. And I can tell you, I believe this is just the beginning as the Fed continues to increase rates to combat inflation. That's only going to hold mortgage rates higher as well. And unfortunately, housing is just not affordable in many areas, and that's causing this decline in home equity, because one of two things has to happen. Mortgage rates have to go back down to our artificially low rates like they have been, which is not good for the real estate health, or the health of the real estate market altogether, or real estate values have to come down to make them more affordable for a 6.5–7% mortgage rate. And right now I know that we do have a severe lack of inventory across the United States, but every month that is increasing in most areas. I believe we're almost at 3 months of supply at this point in time. For a healthy real estate market, we should be about 6 to 7 months. And, home builders are still building. There's a lot of institutional investors. There's a lot of smaller investors that I believe are going to start liquidating. We're already seeing incentives and price reductions by home builders. And a lot of the institutional investors, despite what a lot of people have said about them, a lot of them took adjustable debt. And I think a lot of that debt's going to get called. And when it does, they will start to liquidate. Now, they might sell to other larger entities like a Blackstone or Invitation Homes. So time will tell if that inventory will actually go to market and be freed up. But if it doesn't, there's going to be a lot of hardship in the market, in my estimation. So as a real estate agent, it's important that you guys shift and start to educate yourselves on other ways to not just survive in a downturn, but thrive. I know the last couple of years have been crazy, to say the least, but it was literally taking orders. And again, I experienced that prior to the last real estate recession, where it was just a frenzy of people getting into the real estate market, buying real estate, literally taking orders. And I know if you were working with buyers at the time during the pandemic, it was difficult because you guys were up against so many other buyers in the market, and for your one offer there was 30 behind yours. So it was difficult times, but it wasn't like you had to go out and find the business. The business ultimately was there, and if you were fortunate enough to list properties, then it was frustrating for you as well, most likely, but you had control of your business because you guys had the listings. Now, I want to talk about a handful of things that you guys could be doing right now. For one thing, I think no matter what market you're in, it's imperative to have the inventory. It's imperative to be a listing agent. I think hands down, if you become a listing agent, your business becomes more predictable, and you can leverage other people to conduct your business while you guys take a month off, whatever the case is for you and your family, or take time off. When you have the inventory, you have the leverage. So that's very important, that I believe for every real estate agent, every real estate broker to really work on, is become a listing agent. Even if you're a little nervous or you don't know what you're doing, we'll talk more strategies, especially coming into the down market, what you guys can do to list properties. Now, when you have listings, basically a certain percentage should close per month. So if you guys maintain 10 active listings, you should have at least 1 to 2 of those close per month. And then the buyer leads that you get off of it, you should close another 1 to 2 per month on that. So you could potentially have 2 to 4 closings based on having at least 10 listings in your inventory at any given time. And you could also outsource those buyer leads that come off. You can split it with a buyer's agent 50-50. That agent's running around doing deals, making sales, closing deals. You're getting half of that commission or whatever you guys agree on. And then your goal, your focus is to continually just build your pipeline of getting more and more listings. Okay, now coming into this new market, I recommend going after 4 different target markets. Start with one, master that, get the wheel moving. If you guys are strapped for cash, we'll talk about it quickly. And in the description below, you're going to find links to every single course that I have on this that just breaks it down. They're very, very affordable for you guys as well. And it's just going to break down exactly how to go about capitalizing on these strategies. So if you need cash right away, broker price opinions are an easy way to get cash flow coming in right away into your pocket. And basically lending institutions and different institutions hire real estate agents like us to go out and just do valuations on properties. If you're green in the business, this is great for you too, because it helps you start to evaluate real estate, provide market analysis, and basically just sharpens those skills. So I highly recommend this for real estate agents, new real estate agents specifically too, because you can get 40, 50, 80 bucks per BPO that you perform depending on the type of property it is. And that can actually lead into getting REO listings, which they're more difficult to get in my experience. But if you do get in with an asset manager, you guys can list foreclosed properties, which is a fantastic business. I talk about it in the course that I have about my first asset manager that I locked in, a company called Brighton. Her name was Ann, I believe, and I don't know how many we listed, but I was dealing with one seller, and that one seller was just giving me more and more and more listings over the years. The third target market that I would go after, and which I really love because you guys are really helping people, and these people come back to you year after year after year, and they refer a ton of people to you as well, as long as you're staying in front of them. And these are short sales. I know a lot of real estate agents are like, well, why would people short sale their property? They have a ton of equity. They have really low mortgage rates. But when the market shifts, and we're seeing the shifting market, you're going to see a lot of people who are upside down on their property. Just do a simple example. If they bought a property for $300,000 and they could sell it for $300,000, exactly what they paid for it, and they put 5% down on it, they're still going to have to cut a check at closing because they have commissions to pay. They have doc stamps or whatever state you're in. You got title related closing costs, title insurance. You have all these closing costs. So that seller, even though they paid $300,000, put 5% down or 3.5% down, or a VA loan with no money down, they're upside down. Now, if they sell it for less than the $300,000, obviously they're even further upside down, which could push them into a short sale scenario. If you don't know what a short sale is, basically it is selling the property short of what the bank or what is owed to the bank. And essentially, you as the listing agent, you list the property, and you there's a process, a very tedious process that you have to abide by and go through, and then you're providing all this documentation as well as an offer to the bank, and then they'll either agree to allowing the short sale, not agree to it, and so forth. So it is a process you have to go through. We listed and sold hundreds of these in the last real estate recession, which is why I created these courses, because I want people, real estate agents like yourself, to thrive in this market. And then lastly, one that we still keep to this day, and I love it, and we put our own properties because we are real estate investors as well. And this is going after rental properties and providing either full property management or tenant placement. Tenant placement is essentially placing tenants for a flat fee, and or you can do full-on management, And if this is something you're looking at, it could provide you guys residual income, which is fantastic. In the, you know, when the real estate market first crashed, or it was crashing, we had, I'd probably say 50, 60 properties in contract that fell apart when the market started to crash. Those were all new construction properties as well. Deposits were in, contracts were in, and people just dropped out. Some builders were not able to continue the builds either. And it was trying times for us. But what kept us afloat was the residual money that came from leasing people's properties. And you can do really well, and you can even sell that book of business, which is another thing that I talk about in that course. So anyway, I want you guys to survive and thrive. You guys can stay on this channel and get more tips. If you guys don't want to invest in the course, it's no big deal. And then my other channel, my main channel, it's just my name, Steve Daria. That channel, I just keep you guys up to date with any kind of market updates that we're looking at. But this $2.3 trillion of equity gone over the last 12 months is a big freaking deal. And I hope that you guys are paying attention if you guys want to be long-term in this business. And thanks a lot for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next video.